Right, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing on with the games controller that we've not done for a while. And if you remember, if you think all the way back, we left it somewhere about here where I've got my other piece. I've got all my pieces hidden apart from the back plate and my trigger, which is the last piece we worked on. Now, you might see that I've just slightly altered the trigger. I've changed the position of it, the sight shape of it, and I've put a fillet on it. And that's something you can mess around with doing as well, as was talked about in the last video. Now, someone said that they had trouble mirroring this across to the other side, which is something I can absolutely see why you'd have trouble with, because we did this small thing where we left the flat on and it's quite a complex shape, and that in itself probably won't want to be mirrored onto this surface here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of the whole of one half and just mirror the whole thing. So all I'm going to do is, with everything else hidden apart from this back plate and the trigger, I'm going to make a sketch on the top plane, or whatever plane it is looking down on it. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and just draw a rectangle around the entire section of the back plate that doesn't have the trigger on it, exactly halfway. I'm going to do a extrude remove, and that might sit midway down. No, all I'm going to do is make sure I'm going to click symmetric just to make sure I'm getting everything. Pull it all the way down, click the tick, and we've got rid of half it. And now what I can do is I should just be able to mirror all that I've got left over here, all that I've modified. I should just be able to mirror it straight across. So I grab my mirror tool, just click and drag around everything, and it's going to highlight my mirror plane field red. If I just click in there to make it blue and click on either this surface here, the flat surface that I've cut away, or my right plane, which should be sat right in the middle, because we did do a mirror on it right at the start to make sure it was situated centrally. We just click that, and our tool pings across. And what that does do, unless you do it in two separate goes, it does put it all through as one part. You can do it differently. In fact, let's try that. If you want to keep the two parts, which obviously in real life the trigger is a different part, differently molded part from the casing, what I can do is I can mirror the casing individually, and that comes across without the trigger, and then I can click the trigger, mirror plane, click the right plane, and that should send it across. If I put new there, it's going to keep these parts as new parts. So if you press add, it's going to want to add it on to the original, the back of the casing. So you can see it's all turned the same color, it's all turned dark blue. If you click new, it's going to make sure that that new part is maintained, and this comes across as a second or third part even. Okay, the next bit, and now we've only got one real bit to do, which I'm hoping we'll get done today. That might be touch and go. I'm going to hide 1, 2, 3 bits. So all the parts I've currently got selected, I'm going to hide. I'm going to go right back up to what for me is part 1. It probably will be part 1 for you, but this is the front of the casing that I've got. And what I'm going to do is we've done the triggers for the fingers. What I'm going to do now is just the top right and left button, so the R1 and L1 buttons. I'm not going to do the sketch, but I'm going to show you what I've done. All you're going to do is you're going to do a sketch on this top surface. Now you can see the profile of this is slightly round if you look at the side, which means you don't want to be sketching over here. You only want to be sketching on top of this casing. So what I've done is I've made a new plane. So that's my plane 5, if we look at it. And all I've done is I've clicked on my top plane, clicked new plane, and all I've done is I've just dragged that up just so it's sitting right above, or a little bit above, my the top of the casing. What I'm going to do now is, and again, I've already done this, but I'm going to draw in this section here the shape of my right or left R1 or L1 button. And I'll show you the sort of shape I've gone for here. It should pop up. There you go. So let's just select that so you can see it properly. that's the sort of shape I've gone for. I've kept it a similar shape to what a normal button might look like, and I've just kept it close to the profile of the curves and the shapes I've got in my on the outline of the top of my controller. Okay, lovely. All I'm going to do now is extrude that, and because I've got a solid shape here, it doesn't really matter how far I extrude it down. And pull that down, and you'll see as soon as it intersects this, if I pull it up, because it's not intersecting anything, it's a new part. If I pull it down, you'll see it turns the same color. That's sort of what I want, because this bit is going to be the same molded part. And I'm just going to click the tick. Doesn't matter how far you go, but you should end up with that housing there. And all we're going to do now is make my button inside. So the thing about the button on the inside is it is going to be offset by about 1mm. So I'm going to make a sketch. I'm going to sketch on this surface here. So this is going to be the surface of my plane. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click this tool here. This is the offset tool. And if I click on an existing line, it'll make a line that's sitting either above or below the line I've got. And you'll see as long as I always click the lines next to it, it's going to continue that shape, and it's going to allow me, I do need to zoom in quite carefully here. It's going to allow me to click around all the shape, and it's going to draw the same shape, but just zoomed in a little bit. I think it's called inscribed is what we're doing. And you'll see either with this arrow, I can control how far away that sits from the edge. I can as well just double click on the value, and I'm going to put 0.5. It's going to have a 0.5mm spacing from the edge of the casing. And once I've done that, you'll see you've got this mouse cursor with the green tick on the left mouse button. If you just go out somewhere and just click, it's going to confirm and turn that into an active sketch for you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to extrude this again, making sure I extrude it as a new part. I'm going to pull it all the way down, and you'll see that I'll try and swap it to add again. I'm going to keep that as new. I want to keep it as a new part. And what I'm going to do, because obviously at the minute I can't easily press this because it's flush, it's in line with the casing. I'm going to click in this dialog box, second end position. And what that's going to enable me to do is it's going to allow me to choose how far I drag it this way. This is different to a symmetrical extrude, because a symmetrical would make sure that you've got each direction, so your up and your down will be the same. This allows me to control each one individually, and I'm just going to have it sitting proud by 3mm, 4mm maybe. You can have a play about with that. You can edit that however you see fit. Okay, now in fact I am going to go 3mm because that does look a bit silly. I might even go down to 2mm. We'll have a look. But what you want to do now, because this is a button, this is quite a large button that your finger is going to contact. I'm going to click on the top surface of it, click my fillet tool, and I'm going to put as big a fillet on as it'll let me. And it might not be too big. What I might be better doing is just filleting and smoothing some of these corners instead. So I do have some rounded edges. You don't want any sharp edges on the button itself. On the inside of the casing for it that we've just done, that's a bit more forgivable. But the actual button itself, you want it to be, let's try 2. No, it's not having 2. Let's try 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 works. And I click the tick, and now that spacing is still looking a bit big now. You might want to go ahead and, if we change the spacing to 0.2, oh, 0.2, that might look a bit more sensible. Click the tick, and it should rectify the shape we've got. There we go. And what you can do is you can bring these in with another fillet. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But if you press fillet and press on the top of the controller, you should see 1.5 works. Does 2 work? It still doesn't quite work. I'm okay with 1.5. You can see now that that's sitting proud, and that's quite rounded. All I'm going to do is put a fillet, 1.5mm fillet on here. You'll see that just brings that casing in, so we're not leaving these big gaps around the outside. Hopefully that's going to work. No, that's not quite going to work. Okay, I'm going to leave you to faff about with that because we're on to the last step now. I'm going to do 2 mirrors. So the first mirror I'm going to do again around this middle plane is I'm going to mirror, first of all, the button. So I'm going to mirror the button across around that right plane, and it just puts it on. And again, I'm going to make sure it says new. So it's its own part. You should see it goes grey. There we go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror the casing for it, but I need to go down and click feature mirror. I always forget to do that. You don't want to mirror the whole part. You just want to mirror a feature because it is part of the bigger part as a whole. And if you just click somewhere on this feature, it should highlight the whole thing and it should understand that you're trying to mirror that whole thing. Reapply features there, just check that, and I'm hoping it all goes blue again. And now what we can do is we can put some fillets on to here. Let's see what 1 mil looks like. It's quite a complex shape, so it might not like a lot of the fillets. See how small we can get it. So it's gone with the 1 mil there. The reason I've done it now instead of doing it before I mirrored it is because it can sometimes get funny and lose the fillets if you mirror something. They do get lost sometimes. So that's the only reason I've done that like that. And now that's pretty much everything done. I'll let you have a play back with the fillets. If now we just show all our parts down here, you will see, and we are lacking some details. You should see that we've got the triggers, we've got the buttons, we've got the R1 and the R1 and L1 buttons, and we have about finished. Now, what you could do is, if you wanted, I'm not going to do this, you could put one of these square rectangular screens or panels in the front, but hopefully during these tutorials, I think there's been 7 parts in all, it's been useful and you've followed along and you've managed to get this sorted and something, your own design, looking something like this. If you've had any problems with anything, please drop me a message or a comment. Please like the video, subscribe if you like this channel. We'll be doing some other channels and some other products in the future, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Bye.